Testing, testing, 1, 2, sounds coming through loud and clear. Welcome to VP4TV. We are here tonight for a very quick Friday night 9-ball, folks. Because at last count there was 9 in, which is way short of the mark, which is to be expected. Getting closer to Christmas, people are busy. I think we'll still get 9 in. Yep, so it won't last too long tonight. We've got CP in, Fast Steady, Larry, LS3, One Pocket Slim, Preacher, Stub, Simanx and Stefan. Well, that's good news for me. I can get to bed earlier, so I'll just look to see if anybody else is there in the chat. They aren't at the moment as far as I can see. Right, so the latest information is that welcome to Slim. Slim, I've got bad news for you. The bad news is Steve's now he's now a semi-pro streamer now. So he is. That's part of the info to cover. We have Friday night 9-ball tonight. We also have the hot seat match in the 3-cushion Virtual World Championship, the match I had been looked forward to. But of course there's a big time zone difference between Chiku and Albinario, and due to that, Albinario is going to be starting his match at midnight, which is 11 PM my time tonight, and Steve is going to be covering that match. Now, I think his notice says that he's going to be streaming on YouTube. He is all set up now for Restream. We got him set up on Restream, so he can now automatically save his videos on YouTube on his channel. His Steve Chaplin channel has always been there on YouTube, and he's also, of course, on Twitch. Now, whether he's going to stream to both the channels tonight, I don't know. He may well. I told him not to touch anything, which means he will. So you may well have the choice of watching it on Twitch or YouTube if you stay up. Mind you, that's only sort of 6 PM in the evening stateside, East Coast. It's a match not to be missed. Even if you don't like 3-cushion, you've got to watch. You've got to watch the match with Chiku and Albinario. As soon as I get home tomorrow, that's the first thing I'll be doing when I get home. I'm desperate to watch it. So Steve will have coverage of that, and the other information is we have the final of the Black Ball. We finally got there, and the final of the Black Ball 2023 Virtual World Championship goes ahead on Sunday, and it will be 7 PM my time, I believe, which is 2 PM Eastern, 11 AM Pacific, and it will be live streamed only to YouTube. So if you're not already a subscriber, get subscribed. Click the notifications bell and you'll know when I go live. So YouTube only on Sunday. Well, I woke up this morning. Here's some day-to-day news. I woke up this morning and went to put my watch on, which is the most expensive watch I've ever bought in my life. My Casio G-Shock watch, and it was dead. And I went to work, and of course I feel naked. I had the watch on because I feel naked without one. I don't think I've been without a watch since I was 16 years old. And so I thought, that's handy. We've got a Timpson's right outside our store. I'll hand it in there because, you know, they do watch batteries. They'll fit your watch strap for you. They'll resole your shoes. They'll do all of that sort of stuff. So I handed it in to the guy. I'll come back in 5 minutes. I thought that would be it. He says, right, the bad news is, because it's a solar powered watch and various other electronics in it, it doesn't need a battery. it needs a capacitor. So to cut a long story short, I'm without a watch. It has to get sent away to get fixed, and it will cost me 65 quid. So I need all the more subscriptions, all the more members I need to pay for my Christmas present. But anyway, it will hopefully be fixed. I mean, the capacitor in these watches has a lifespan between 5 and 10 years, he said. I said, well, I've had the watch 10 years at least, and it's never had anything near it other than a new strap, which he fitted as well at the time. And you know, it's served me well, but I feel absolutely lost without it. I'm having to look at my phone to find out the time. Right, so we should have the rooms up. We've got Larry and Simanx. We've got One Pocket Slim and Stefan. We've got Eddie. Who's that? Eddie Agha. I wonder if that guy's going to show. This already could be a no-show. Oh, there he is there. Well, at least he's in the room. Coldest Pillow isn't in the room. Right, we're going to go in and watch One Pocket Slim and Stefan. That should be interesting. Right, so we've got Slim on the right, Stefan on the left. Stefan getting a 6 ball. Race to 7. No, the watch was the best part of 400 quid when I bought it. Welcome to Cobra. It's a bloody good watch. I mean, they are good watches. I'll give you that. I mean, it automatically sets the daylight savings time via satellite. You don't have to do anything. You just have, well, you press a button and it refreshes, and the big hand just goes backwards or goes forward automatically. It does all of that stuff. Christ, I mean, it's got loads of stuff I've never used on it. But yes, it was a good watch, so it's well worth getting it fixed. It'll do me another 10 years. Yeah, it's got an alarm on it as well. I don't know how to see. You want to see the book that comes with this watch, by the way. The book's like a Bible. You know, obviously not the same size as a Bible, but it's as thick as a Bible. Yeah, it's best watch I've ever had. I can recommend them, but they don't come cheap. And the other exciting news was I got up 2 days ago, went to flush the toilet, and the toilet bowl filled with water and gradually drained away. So there was clearly a blockage, but not in the toilet. There was clearly a blockage in the pipe or something outside, and it took them all day to come out. And all the guy did was bring in his big plunger, waft that down the bowl, and away it went. So my toilet's good to go, but I ain't got a watch. So I can't time myself in the bathroom now. I need to take my phone. Steve's also got set up with the restream chat as well, so he will have the on-screen chat, just pretty much exactly like what you're looking at here. I never knew they did custom-made G-Shocks, but I mean they do an absolutely enormous range of watches, and have done. I mean, I remember when my wrist strap finally snapped. I had to trawl through to verify. I still had the documents when I got the watch, so I could remember what model it was. You want to see the amount of models there are of these bloody watches. I mean, there must be hundreds of them. So there is. Anyway, to the business at hand. We are Into rack number 3. Stefan breaking off. Well, Chiku will definitely be the favourite for the match between him and Albie. Albie said he's beaten him on a number of occasions, and it wouldn't be surprised me if he has, but the difference is it's a race to 40. That's the big difference. Albie's only ever beaten him in races to 10 and 15. He's never beaten him in a race to 40, and I think Albie's chances of getting to 40 before Chiku are not too good, I don't think. I think that's the big difference. I think the fact that Albie has beaten him, but has only beaten him in races to maybe 15 maximum, I think that's the one thing that's going to go against him. I think with the amount of visits that they get to the table, Chiku's destined to be scoring more on average, I would reckon, than Albie will. That's how it looks like on paper. Whether it turns out that's a different story, but I think that's where Chiku's got the big advantage, the fact that it is a race to 40. So in that case then it should take approximately like, what, if Chiku's on form, it could take about an hour and 15, an hour and 20 minutes maximum for that match to go tonight. Well, the same stats for the tournament. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing I would say about Albie. Albie, I think, has got better in each of his matches. I mean, he had that run of 7 in, what, a couple of matches ago in the tournament. So, you know, things are going the right way for Albinari to have a good chance to win. I just think that the odds are more favoured with Chiku because it's a race to 40. It's as simple as that. Well, Slim's in the lead. Not a great shot there by Stefan, but Slim's going to have to thin cut this. Well, that's the other thing as well, Slim. We don't know if Chiku's played his best yet, you know, and if he's going to be like a true champion, he might be still saving that for the final. And of course, the loser of that match will go through to the one-loss final and play Acero, who won quite comfortably over Interchange X the other day. Well, Stefan is blown a gasket here. He seems in a hurry. I think he's got other things to do because he's not taking an awful lot of time to get himself set. And he's already been very sloppy in the 2 shots I've seen. Oh, welcome to Paul. I never noticed Paul there. Well, I'm going to be really busy next week. Obviously, it's the last week before Christmas, so I'll be up even earlier in the morning. And I'll be knackered. I'm always knackered when I get home, but I'll be even more knackered. And in between that, I've got to get my Christmas dinner sorted. Well, Slim, I mean, you're going to give anybody at the level Slim's at that many chances, he's just going to walk away with this match. Where's this guy from? This Eddie, whatever his name is. Did you check what flag he's showing? Right, Stubbs actually typed more sentences in a row than I've seen him for a while, but he'll probably get tired or fall asleep and disappear in a little while anyway. Oh, he's from Canada. Let's see if that goes. Yeah, the 2 does go, but I mean, you've got to nail it. It's absolutely dead tight. So he played the billiard instead, and he's got away with it. I mean, it's an easy jump kick. In fact, I don't even think he needs to jump the gaps there as well. But he's got to watch how he hits this 4 because the scratch is on. And Slim will be off and running in a minute. Oh, he's somebody that's changed their profile, has he? Or created a new one, you never know. Is that's CP, isn't it? Bondi. That's why I keep getting bloody confused. Good evening to Chimpy. Oh dear, the yawning started really early tonight. Oh dear. Mind you, it could be something to do with that big ZZ pizza I ate there half an hour ago. It could be something to do with that. I love the little sachet, the little plastic sachet of chili oil that you get with it, with the pepperoni one. Spread that all over the pizza when it comes out of the oven. It's delicious. So Slim just needs to stun down here, I think. That's what he's doing for a 4-1 lead. Well, if there's one player there's quite a few players that blow hot and cold. Stefan is most certainly very near the top of the list. He's been pretty poor what we've seen so far. And he's certainly a lot more capable than what we've seen. That Stubb got bored, now he's left. That's him done his bit for the night. Well, the biggest difference when you go back to 9-ball or 10-ball is the fact that you've got a fair idea where the cue ball's going. You don't have as good an idea where the cue ball's going in black ball. Well, Stefan having to kick. Slim with ball in hand. And the first shot's going to be tricky. Just to make sure he gets down far enough or in a gap between the 5 and 8 to see this 3-ball. And he's played it Perfect. And a nice angle. Now he wants to make sure he comes out past the 8 ball. So he needs to look at how the cue ball's going here. He wants a clean hit and up the table left hand side for that 4 ball into the right side. So the 8 ball's the problem. Just has to make sure he's avoiding that. And that will do. And again, same problem. Got to cut the 4. Avoid traffic. But this is a bigger problem because there's a few balls he can run into here. And bumping into the 9 ball has left this a little bit more trickier than he would have liked. Now, here's a question. Has anybody who is in the UK watched any of the snooker from the Scottish Open? Because I need to get somebody else's opinion. Jimmy White was playing the other night. I think it was last night, and I'm assuming he get beat from the Welshman. He was like 3-1 down when I switched it off, and it was only a race to 4. Dominic Dale, I think, must have beat him. And right, so have you seen it? Right, so Chimpy, Jimmy White, when he a few years ago when he appeared on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, he lost weight while he was in Australia, and I think he was glad that he had lost weight at the time. But have you had a look at him in the last couple of days? Because he looks bloody seriously ill to me. He looks very drawn in the face. Now, whether that's the fact that he's deliberately losing weight, trying to keep himself fit, but he does look ill to me. He's now doing the punditry in the snooker on Eurosport. I saw him, I think it was this afternoon he was on. I caught a glimpse of him again, but he looks bloody ill. Now again, you can only judge it by the fact that he might be on a diet and he's trying to keep himself trim and keep himself fit. But if he is doing that, he might have overdone it. But it could be something more serious. That's how bad he looks. I'm thinking, surely it can't just be me thinking he looks bloody. He looks really drawn in the face. I'm thinking, has he had cosmetic surgery or something? Well, I don't know. I don't know whether the reporters will be investigating and a story's going to come out at some point. We'll see. Anyway, this match is all but over as far as Stefan's concerned. Slim's running away with this. He's not been put under any pressure at all. And even though Stefan's getting a 6 ball, you just get the feeling it's going to be a struggle for him to get there. He might never get back to the table. Slim's going to have to play the 2-8 combo. And he needs to get a good line on it because he doesn't want things to leak away here. And that's pretty good. I think he'll just drop this dead weight just to keep the 2 ball handy. But he also needs an angle off this 2 ball where he can avoid running into the 6, 7 and 5. Now that's pretty good. I mean, I think he can just draw back here. But how far does he dare draw back? Because he wants to stay handy for the 4 and he doesn't want to draw too far. That's perfect. That will do. Absolutely. Well, it's a wee bit further than we would have liked, but he can just play this cut in the 4 from the side pocket. I mean, that's fine. And again, just a dead weight. He wants to come up the table a wee bit. Ideally, he wants that angle where he's cutting the 5 from the left side and the cue ball's just going to the rail back out for the 6. He won't even need to do that because he's that good on it. He just needs to come back a couple inches. Well, he could have done with coming back a wee bit more, but a bit of right-hand English here. He can bring himself back across to where he is, unless he fancies leaving the 7-9 combo. Well, that looks like what he's planning. So this match is barely, not even 20 minutes old, and it's done and dusted. There you go. Well, Stefan is going to the one-loss side, but the way he's going in that match, it won't last long tonight. So, right, let's have a look at this this new guy in the block, Eddie Agha, and we decided he's from Canada according to that, unrated. And he's getting 7 and out. And there's that pattern with the 3 balls in this rack. And we'll get an idea of what level this guy is at. Well, he's playing with a house cue for a start. Well, Coldest Pillow needs to get his act together, because 7 and out is scary. You've got to do it. You can't leave anything now. Well, he's hit that far too hard for a start. He just needed to dink that in and stay and keep the cue ball in the bottom half of the table somewhere, and he was on the 6. Now he's having to play the jump. Doesn't know where the cue ball's ended up. Did you see that lag there? Well, that's going to finish up pretty good. Bullabog. Well, again, he's just a wee bit too far inside this 8 ball. He should still be okay. He doesn't want to stun this too much and scratch the side. He's well away from that, so we'll give him this one. By the way, Slim, Steve was... I went on to Discord with him when he was trying to set things up. He said he had a couple of questions, but the one thing Steve was moaning about was when he had set up his YouTube with his OBS. He said the delay's far too long, and I said to him, I said, well, why not try linking it through Restream and see if that makes any difference. I don't know whether it will or it won't, but to cut a long story short, he set up his Restream account, and on Restream you get 2 free channels that you can broadcast to. It doesn't cost you anything. I broadcast to 4 because I pay a subscription to them to do that, but Steve's on the basic one where you don't need to pay anything, and so he got himself linked up to Restream. He's got his chat window down the right hand side, just like the way I've got it, and tonight he has a choice of broadcasting to YouTube and Twitch at the same time if he so wishes, because everything was tested, it was all working. Welcome to Potman. Well, is this match over? Well, he played that with loads of right English, so he's got an idea what he's doing. Bringing the cue ball back into a much better line. Yeah, I got him to set YouTube to ultra low latency. That's what I've got mine on, and even then it's still got a delay. But when Steve got it hooked up through Restream, the delay on his YouTube was a lot better, so he was more than happy that improved it for him. My delay, in fact, his delay went from 10 seconds down to 5. My delay on YouTube is always about 5 seconds. But it's funny how, bear in mind the YouTube server that he's probably on is in the States. You know, it might be 1,000 miles from him, but it's still 1,000 miles closer than where I am to him. But he said, I don't know where the Restream servers are, but he said that the YouTube delay was much improved going through Restream, so he's happy it's all working. So anyway, this Eddie Aga, yeah, he doesn't look as if he's a newbie. Mind you, he's just got a house cue, so you don't need to have a banging pool cue to be able to pop balls if you've got an idea what you're doing. So he's now through to play LS3. Let's have a look at the. Oh, that's not it. It is. Let's have a look at the bracket. As I say, this tournament won't last long tonight, and that is good news for me. I'll be in my bed a lot earlier. So we've got the round 2 matches underway, apart from Preacher and Fast Eddie are still going at it. And Stubbis in round 2, he got a bye. So the winner of the Fast Eddie match and Preacher will be playing Stubb. Fast Eddie looks favourite at the moment. So I think we should go in and see how this Eddie handles LS3. And Eddie is off and running now. He's getting 5 and out, which there's that pattern again. We might see more of them because Eddie's breaking with a house cue. So that tells you that it can't just be a softer break that does that, because the house cue does break very soft. But we've seen balls sitting in that sort of pattern, you know, with a proper break cue, so that makes no difference as to how this pattern appears. And LS3 is really up against it here, especially with somebody who has a reasonable idea what they're doing. But 5 balls rattled in the jaws, so LS3's got a chance to get into this straight away. Oh, aye, the other good news is I got an email through from BT 2 days ago. BT, who is my internet provider and has been for like, I don't know how long, at least 10 years, if not more. And they were sending a reminder through telling me, oh, watch the cue ball. And that's a big boo-boo. Here's a gift and a half for Eddie. Now, can he get to that 6 ball to actually pot it? I don't think he can. What's he potting the 7 for? Now there's a numpty mistake there. He forgot the 6 ball was on the spot. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, I'm not saying anything to anybody other than who I said I would say it to. Yeah, I'm not giving out any information along that score, because you can't. I mean, even though you've showed me what you've showed me, you know, you don't want to say something like that in public. What was I saying? Yeah, I got an email through from BT telling me that my contract was up in March, and so I went to watch this 6 ball. Watch this 6 ball. Boom. There you go. 2-0. It is not good, Eddie. It is not good in the worst possible sense. All I'm going to say is, there's that pattern again with a soft break. You see, you're seeing it an awful lot more in a soft break. Now, you guys are witnesses to this, by the way. You're seeing it an awful lot more in a soft break with a house cue. In fact, you've got 4 balls stuck there. What was I trying to say there? Yes, BT sent me an email telling me my contract was up in March, and so I went to my account page that tells you all the services that you've got via them. It tells you what internet package you have with them, and it comes up with any special offers that you get for being a customer. So they offered me the same package that I've got at the moment. Sorry, they offered me a better package that I've got at the moment for the same price. So now, as of today, I am on what's the next one up from megabytes? Is it terabytes? I'm on 900 megabyte connection now on my my internet connection. So there's no way I don't have enough power to stream now. Yeah, 900 I'm getting. I checked. I did an internet check today. A broadband speed test today. I was getting 930 odd. Yes, I did. I read the small print. So, and oh, aye, the other good news. It's good news and good news. The other good news is that part of the package I got the Xbox Game Pass for a year, totally free of charge. So the first thing I did was go onto my Xbox account with the Xbox app on the PC, and I downloaded Forza Motorsport. I haven't tried it yet, but I downloaded it. The Game Pass is £10 a month, and you can download whatever the new games is that they have on it. So I went straight on and get Forza Motorsport. That's all installed, and I'll get the wheels already hooked up, but I never tested it. I just installed it. I didn't want to mess about, so I've got that. Now, obviously, after the year's up, it then costs you £10 a month. But at the moment, I've got a full year where I can try any of the new games that they put on it. You've got FIFA. I haven't played FIFA in donkey's years. I stopped buying that game a long while ago. Well, I'll tell you something, Mr. Deanster. I think I loaded the game as soon as it installed. I loaded it, and it does the intro and all of that crap, and then you're immediately driving a car round a track. And I was using the Xbox controller, and it was crap. But I've watched a guy. I subscribed to a guy on YouTube, and he was playing Forza Motorsport, and he was steering perfectly normally with a steering wheel. Everything was going very smooth. So I'm going to disconnect my Xbox controller tomorrow when I get home, and I'll try it with the wheel. It's bound to drive much better with the wheel. Well, Chimpy gave me the information that he has been told, and the information that he has told us. Let's just put people's mind at ease as far as he's not dead or anything like that. He's not dead. There's nothing happened. He's it's nothing along those lines at all. But what it is not for public revelation. Let's just say that. So LS3 3-0 down. Now, as we've seen, anybody, no matter what level they play at, if they're getting 5 and out, they're extremely dangerous. And LS3 having to kick, she's missed. And Eddie, if he can just pop this in, which should be easy enough to do, it'll be 4-0 up. Well, all we know is that he's got a Canadian flag, Potman. So, LS3 pushing out. Now, this could be dangerous to do that, LS3, especially to there. That wasn't the best push out in the world. Well, a couple of results have come through there. Fast Eddie's taken down Preacher. And Larry looks as if he's taken down Simax, but we can't see it because of the little info thing in the middle of the screen. Let's see what it looks like in the lobby. Yeah, Fast Eddie 172, and I still can't bloody see Larry in the lobby. One way to resolve that. Larry 176. So is LS3 going to get off the mark here? Chimpy said he's PM Steve, but Steve's not been. Steve's been doing the usual. He's been busy and doesn't answer half the PMs that you send him. But I'm going to, if I get a hold of him, I'll pass on the information that Chimpy's given to me to Steve. He's bound to be around later on tonight when he's getting ready for the match with Albi and Chiku. So LS3 is drawing blood for the first time in a match. Got to keep it together though. And cannot afford any errors. Not a single one. It needs a ball to go in. 1 ball's gone, 5 balls gone, 2 balls on, 3 balls handy. Now, is that just a bit awkward where that 2's sitting? Yeah, you just got to watch. Just got to watch what you're doing here. Probably running through and playing the combo in the 3-4 might be the safest route. Well, that's worked out nice. I don't know that she actually played for the knuckle there, but it worked. Now, you can either baby this in and play the 5 on the side, because again, if you're straight enough, you're just rolling through for the 6 in the bottom left. But, well, ideally, you want an angle on this 6. You don't want to leave it dead straight where you're having to draw. Now, that's perfect, because that can get you across the right side, I think. It should be good enough to get across right side of the table. And that's perfectly played. That was well done. But there's still work to do. Let's have a look at this 9 ball. It's not frozen. Now, The only danger here is a scratch top left. If she's going that direction. It's depending whether she's helping it with any running English on this shot. It looks as if she's digging to draw back to avoid all of that, but that's where you've got not as good a control. So we know it's not on the rail, but it's a wee nippy one, and that's what happens. And now she needs to get lucky, and I don't think that's too lucky. No, I'm 59, and one of the women who is, I think she's one of the oldest that works in .com. She's 65. She says to me the other day, "You must be about the oldest guy in .com now." I says, "I don't think I am." But it turns out that I am. But there's older women than me working in .com. There's at least another 2 that are a couple of years older than me. Watch the cue ball. Well, LS3's got her work cut out here. This is what playing under pressure is now. You're 5-1 down to somebody who's getting 5 and out at 9 ball, and now you've got to play as clean as you can. Get the position good, and don't give them a sniff, because if you do, you're out, or at least you're going to the one-loss side. Oh, it's the same every year. I mean, we'll probably have on the last 2 days before we stop for Christmas, because we don't do a pick on Christmas Eve. We're off work on Christmas Eve, but we'll have probably at least 600 odd orders to do, which is a lot of orders. And the only other bit of good news for me is that instead of starting at 4 o'clock, which we always have done all the years I've been there, we're now starting at 5. Which is a wee bit better. The only thing I've got to look forward to in the new year is going to court. I've got to do this bloody... well, I don't know whether I'm going yet, but I'll find out on the night before. I'm getting jury duty coming up on January the 15th. And I simply don't want to go. I can't be asked. And this will be the second time I've been called up for it. First time I was called up, I never get picked for the jury, so I just went home. So LS3 now, and this is again a table that you've always got to run out. Now I'd be playing to go back up into the middle of the table for this 4 ball, unless she's comfortable holding for the 4 and running it straight up into the top left, but I'd be just letting her run up. But she's left it short, you see. If you leave it short, you've just got more work to do. This should have been up here, where all you're doing is rolling it in and you're on the 5. Now you've got to start holding the cue ball and getting the right line. And that's good enough. Now, again, does she want to just dink out for a roll in the 7 on the side? That looks simple enough to me. I'll actually, when is Christmas Day again? Somebody remind me. I've totally forgotten. What day of the week is Christmas Day on? Is it a Saturday? Does anybody know? Oh, it's the Monday, right? There's that pattern there again. This time from LS3, 2 balls and a slightly isolated one. We've seen loads of that already tonight. I'm working New Year's Eve. I know that, but I'm not working on Christmas Eve. And the main reason, of course, that we work on that we work on New Year's Eve up here in Scotland is because of the amount of alcohol we sell. Gallons of it we sell. Shiploads of it we sell. We sell a brewery's worth of drink leading up to New Year. An absolute fortune. Well, don't forget, nothing's a good deal. Did I tell you? Did I mention? I don't think I've told you, but a wee woman was getting. I was down the milk aisle a couple of days ago, and I was picking butter for a customer and various other things, and the wee woman next to me was getting her butter, and she turned to me and she said she was getting a tub of Lurpak butter, and of course I'm perfect in the art of deflating a customer's thinking that they've got a good deal, because she says to me, well, that's a good price, because she was getting the butter with her club card and getting something off it. I says, well, that depends on what your idea is of a good price. She says, how do you mean? I says, well, you're buying a packet of butter that not 6 months ago was 500 grams, and you were paying less than you're paying now, even with your club card. And now you're buying it today thinking you get a good deal, but you're only getting 400 grams in the box. And she went away pissed. I say, so nothing's a good deal until you start reading between the lines. 6 months ago it was a better deal because you were getting a 500 tub of butter. Now you're only getting 400. And the 250 little blocks of butter that you get, they're all down to 200. And you're paying just as much, and if not more, for bloody less. So that definitely shrunk her excitement, thinking she was getting a good deal. I put her in her place. I said, there's nothing a good deal in here. You know, you've got to look at it. I mean, I buy the own brand shortbread, and like 8 months ago, they cleared it all out. They reduced it all to clear because they were bringing in new packets of it, where they've taken 2 blocks of shortbread out the packet and still charging you more for it. Every company is shrinking the products that you're buying. A lot of them have shrunk, particularly butter, and you're paying more than what you did when you were getting 500 grams of it. Well, LS3 is on the comeback trail here. Now, is she going to come out of there clean, a little drawback? Yeah, she hasn't got into it enough, though. Hasn't got into it enough. You've got to dig right into that one. Well, that's what happens when you're keeping shareholders happy. You've got to keep the profit margins as close to the same as what you had a year ago. But since all of this bloody Russian wars came out, that's been an excuse for every bloody company to start robbing people. That's only people that get excited about conflict in the world, and that's retailers. Because if you've got a commodity to sell, you can start ripping people off when money's even tighter. So, Eddie on the hill. And LS3 making the mistakes at the wrong time. Had to dig into that 8 ball to get a hold and get a good angle in that 9, and she left it too square. Left it in that no man's land area, the one that always has you in doubt. And any misses are fatal with 5 and out. Is Higgins playing tonight? I would have liked it. Mind you, I might see a bit of it if this tournament, because it's a race to 5 tonight in the quarterfinals, isn't it? I think it is. Well, LS3's now at the point of no return. All of these balls are potable, so this 2 either has to go in or she has to play a decent safety here. And I think she's hampered over that 9 ball as well. In fact, she'd probably out with the jump stick because she can't really see the one. Well, she can see it, but she's jumping for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, this could be a boom banger bang onto the 8 ball. Oh, surprisingly, Eddie's looking for the safety, but he hasn't quite got it. Well, this simply has to go. Well, the safest route is cut it, go across the table and back across. Just let the cue ball run out. If you dig in too much and you could come across left side, you can end up hooked behind the 6. Oh, and she's nervous, she's feeling the pressure. And she's got lucky as well. I tell a lie, that was Eddie that was feeling, no, it was right enough, wasn't it? Aye, it was. Seemed a wee bit laggy tonight. No. It's Eddie's turn to get lucky. Oh, but LS3's got a touch like a sledgehammer. And this could be it. Just the 2, 3, the 4 and the 5. Now, I can't see where Eddie's going to fail here. He's got nothing to do. And he's got a perfect angle in the 4. Well, the only way it'll go wrong is hooking himself behind the 8. That's the only place it's going to go wrong. And there's loads of room past that. In fact, he's bumped to 6. Now, sensible players just drop this in. They don't start running the cue ball. They just drop the 5 in. And that is it. And that's the danger of 5 and out, I'm afraid. Another victim for Eddie. So LS3 heads over to the madhouse. Right, let's have a catch up here. We've got to get into that. Fast Eddie and Stubb, according to the bracket, is 4-all at the moment. It might be slightly different when we get in. No, it's still 4-all. And Eddie getting the 8 ball, which won't make any jot of difference. Stubb looks as if he's going to be in the lead here. He's a wee bit straight in the 7. He doesn't want to try and force too much out of this. Now, I'm guessing that Preacher's drilled Stefan. Hang on. There you go. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Stefan blows. There's no middle ground with Stefan. He's either good or he's crap. And tonight he's been crap. That sums up his night. His prospects were never good after that performance in the first match against Slim, and I had a funny feeling he was wanting to bail out quick. Well, he's got his wish. He might play a lot offline. Mind you, the thing is though, Larry, you think about it, even if he was a guy that played a lot offline, he's bound to notice the difference when he's playing online with just a house queue. Because when you're offline, you can play with whatever you want. So, I can't believe he plays offline with just a house queue. You've never seen anybody Canadian. Oh, we've got Canadians in VP4. Not that I can name any, but we have got Canadians in VP4. Well, there's two. Smith, John. Chase one around. That's actually far too many Canadians now that you mention it. I think we need to get rid of a few of them. Haven't a clue, Larry. Well, you'll be around later on tonight, I would imagine, if you jump into that. If you jump into the, what do you call it? The live stream later on, you can ask him, but he never mentioned anything. Well, Chase is German. That Sean L was mental when I was in a room. He's a nutcase. I just avoid people like that, like the plague. Never gonna hear them. Right, so Stubb is going to have trouble here in a minute trying to get to this 6 and 7 ball. The question is whether he tries to do something crazy here with this 4 ball. He may well try for the split and hope he gets lucky in the 5. And he has done. That's what he was trying there. And he might try something crazy here as well, because if he's got enough room in the rail, if he's got enough room on the rail, he might get a wee bit of fizz here and try and come across the 2 rails again. He might be able to do it. Then again, he might be trying to play the billiard onto the 9. I think that's the idea. There's just enough of that 6 ball showing. And he's had a good thump at that. And he almost flukes the 6. Well, Fast Eddie's got to deliver here if he's going to survive. Well, that could be Fast Eddie's last shot. Oh, Stubbs overcut it. And Fast Eddie lives again. Well, this is as good a bank as ever you're going to get on a 6 ball. It's practically unmissable. You just play a nice even pace and the bank goes in. You can't miss it. Got to play the bank. I mean, you can play the cut. The cue ball's running all over the place, so that's the problem with this shot. And that's also the problem. He might have to bite the bullet here and play the bank, but this time the bank's not quite as good. If he had played the bank up and down, he would have been much better control of the cue ball. This is all or nothing here. Well, I wouldn't have played the cut. The bank was so good, and it was so much easier to control the cue ball with that bank up and down. He wouldn't have been sat there in the 8-ball. Having said that, though, he would have had to get really good on the 8-ball if he had played the bank shot and got to where he was. So, all out for the bank. Running out of time, though. And he's got it. And of course, that was his money ball. So, Eddie needing a good break, a ball and a shot. He's got a ball. Oh, that one ball's going to go safe, I think. Yeah. Well, it's got to be the push out. I don't think he can see the edge of it, can he? Oh, yes, he can. He can just see an edge. Got to watch that spin. He could hit. He doesn't want to catch the 8-ball first. And he'll be in trouble himself in a second or two here. He had to get cover there. I wonder what Stubbs trying to concoct here. He's looking around as if he's going to bang at something. Is he looking at the 9 on the side? That's not on. And that's awful. That's the worst safety of the night, that shot right there, by the way. I don't know what the hell he was planning there. Well, whatever it was, it needs explaining for any of us to have an idea of what he was trying there. Well, that's right as well, Larry, you're right. I mean, he could have played the cut with a bit of check in the cue ball just to hold a line. That would have been better. But as I said, the mistake is letting the cue ball run because you just don't know where it's going to go. So Eddie looking to take this all the way. So he just needs up to the 8-ball. Now he can hook himself behind the 9 here. He's got to be careful how this cue ball runs. Well, he's bumped to 9. So that's fine. The 9-ball's dead, but it doesn't matter. This is the problem. Now he's got to dig into this a good little bit to come back. And bumping the 9 wouldn't do any harm as long as he gets out of the way of the 9. Oh, well, he's dead straight. Just a dead weight roll. Watch the tip of the cue on that cue ball, though. So Eddie's going to be breaking for the match. He's not impressed as usual. And the ball. And, well, he's got a shot. Now he's got to come back up the table to, a similar position for this 2-ball. He just wants to let this run out, this cue ball, not try anything fancy here. Just let it pot, let the cue ball do its thing. You've still got a cut in the 2. Don't go over ambitious. All you want to do is pot the 1. You're bound to see the 2-ball. And so you've got to watch the pace. You don't want the cue ball leaking away up the table way too far. It's just a plain, simple pot. It's about the cut angle. That's perfect. That's all they wanted to do there. And the same idea with this. You've got a combo you're not going to miss. So you just want to drop the 3-ball dead weight onto the 7. And 4-ball into the side. But you must have the angle in the 4-ball where you're dropping down here for the 5. So this is where. Now, this is just a little stun. You want to just dink this in and stun it till you get to about there. And so you hit it firm to stun it a wee bit. Like that. Perfect. And it's just a little roll through. 8 ball probably into this side pocket for the match. Could pot the 6 and come around behind the 8 for it into the same pocket, but it could all, depending on how the line is in this 6 ball. Yeah, it's going to be 8 ball into the side. No prizes for guessing that. Just a little dink drop through. And Stubb is going over to join LS3 in the madhouse. That is the one lost side. Oh dear, commentator's curse. That was a choker there if you've ever seen one. Fast Eddie has bottled it. He has bottled it big time. And how jammy is Stubb going to get? I mean, he's got people gifting him matches now. Oh, Eddie needs to slap himself about the head for that. I mean, that you can't miss a little roll into the side pocket. So Stubb given the match there by Fast Eddie. That's the only way you can describe that. So now we've got, well, we're going to stick with Stubb, aren't we? Meanwhile, an update. We'll get Eddie against Slim. It's 2 apiece there at the moment. Eddie again getting 5 and out. So Slim's got to be careful there because that match could turn on its head any second. And meanwhile, we'll be nipping into the Larry Stubb match. We'll get right in now. I'll have a quick drink. And Larry's now doing the Stubb technique, letting Stubb hang about in the room. Now, Stubb's saying lucky noobs. I mean, how lucky can you get when you get people like Fast Eddie gifting you a match? I mean, how jammy is that? So we've got Stubb on the right hand side. I don't know why he does this routine. Well, that ball hadn't finished rolling, but Stubb won the lag. I didn't hear anything go in. Or am I just getting totally deaf? Nope, dry break. And straight away Larry's got a problem. Big problem. I mean, he doesn't have to try and pot this. I mean, he could play a half decent safety here. But I know Larry's going to try and hold for this 2 ball. Or maybe he did play a safety. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You've got to laugh. You've got to laugh, haven't you? I mean, it's just as well we'll get witnesses watching this. How bloody jammy do you need? I mean, that's even worse than Cobra. Good God. Well, Stubb's off the mark. That's what you're up against, Larry. So, oh dear, Larry's falling apart here early on. I think the shock of that first rack's done him in. Stubbs just got to watch the pace on this. He doesn't want to run up towards the 4 and 8. Well, that's just crazy, that shot for a start. I mean, why the hell's he playing that at that pace? I mean, that's just a sellout right there. That is a complete sellout there. Larry's got to punish him for that, because that was never the shot. Even somebody like me who doesn't play 9-ball knows that isn't the shot. All he had to do was dig it in and just watch the pace in the cue ball, but Stubbs not got it. I mean, he just seemed to want to hammer that and get lucky. Big check, left English on the cue ball there, just to stop it leaking away. And of course this match is scratch as well, no handicap. Now Larry doesn't want to hit the 9 here if he can help it. So he should be taking evasive action here if he knows that. If he thinks it's going towards the 9, he's just dragging away from it. That way nothing untoward can happen. So again, nice and simple, just a dink, roll in. Or he could get crazy and go 3 rails and risk a scratch. Now, don't send it to the rail too soon. What do these middle pockets do? They grab the 9-ball. That's what they do. And Larry's overcompensated. He knew that, and he's been caught out by it. He overcompensated. He didn't want to hit it flush to the rail because he knew it would catch. So that's one fluke for Stubb and a gift from Larry, and Stubb's 2-0 up and thinking he's playing brilliant. Well, this could very well be 3-0 here. Well, Stubbs got too much angle in this 2-ball. I can't believe he's going to hold it for this 3. Going to have to get up and down clean. And this time he's played a decent shot. That's much better. Well, that's not so good. Well, the way the cue ball wants to go, the sort of natural path, it wants to go there, there and down here. So the worst that you can do here is bump the 6. And again, Stubbs playing very crazy percentages here. Look at what he's left himself. I mean, it does cut. But he's back to this relying on his potting to keep him at the table, and he can get away with it so much in 9-ball. This is why it's a game more suited to him. There's less balls on the table. You don't have to play anywhere near as good precision most of the time. And that's Stubbs' biggest downfall. Well, that's not great. That is not great at all. Back to just relying on that potting ability rather than being a better player. The game sound is way out of sync. There's loads of people been complaining about that on Twitch. I have no answer to it. Do a refresh or jump over to Kick or jump over to YouTube. Yeah, Twitch seems to be the problem. It has been for the last week or so. When I've been doing the streams, people have been saying it's been out of sync. Well, this time Larry's got a little bit of roll of the ball. Well, Larry's got to nip across. Avoid bumping the two if he can. Just nip across. No, he's trying to hold it on the short side. Let's have a look. Well, he's got to just dink it. He wants to be able to roll this 3-ball in, so he's got a fairly straight 4. That'll do it. So it's looking likely that Larry's going to eventually get himself into the game. I think what I'll do tomorrow is I need to make a note of that mentally. Is I'll go onto YouTube tomorrow and do a search for out of sync issues with Twitch on Restream and see if there's maybe a way it can be resolved. But I think it's a Restream issue more than anything else. There's certainly nothing changed in my settings. Good evening to Mark. You're late to the party. Oh dear, yawn, yawn, yawn. So Larry now underway. Oh, that was a thing I was going to test. I wonder if I can do it on here. I don't think I can. Check, see what that is. Ah, right, there we go. Right, I'll just check to see if this worked on my phone. Hang on. You know that you can, because I think Coldest Pillow has done that. You know you can gift subscriptions to viewers on YouTube. It'll give them a month's membership to my channel. Only costs you $1. I was just testing there to see if it actually worked via the phone, and it does. Obviously, it only works for viewers that are in YouTube. If they're in Twitch or Kick or Facebook, it won't work. I think Fast Eddie, Coldest Pillow gave Fast Eddie a membership for a month. If I'm right in thinking. which gets your name in green and a VP4 VIP badge. Right, enough messing about. I have got 8 memberships at the moment. I need a lot more than that because in fact it's subscriptions I need. I need to get as fast as I can to 1,000. No, that's subscriptions is 600 odd, but memberships is just 8. That's so. Now, obviously, when somebody like Fast Eddie's membership runs out in a month's time, he's not going to be renewing it because these memberships are going to die after a month, and then they'll be gone. I mean, I've got the cheapest channel. I'm probably the one guy who's got the cheapest channel membership on YouTube. $1, £1, and that at worst is only going to cost you £12 a year, just to add funds to my Google AdSense account, where I'll eventually get a payout. But I'm a long way away for that, I'll tell you. £1 per month, $1 per month. That's nothing. Well, Coldest Pillows sent Fast Eddie to bed. Little pun there, folks. Coldest Pillow sending Fast Eddie to bed. You get that one? Some of these can go over your head if you're not thinking in your feet. Yeah, £1. Come on, Mark. £1, £12 a year. I mean, that's far better than bloody Netflix. Right, so Larry has got himself right in the game, and that little cheeky combo has got him into the lead. So from 3-0 down, Larry always likes to give himself trouble before he wakes up and decides he's got to get into the match. So it's 4 in a row for Larry, but that might be dry. Oh, you're not going to get niceness in here. This is not a nice channel. If I see shit, I'm calling it shit. This is not be nice to the nice little pool players when you're commentating. This is see shit, call it as shit. This is what this channel's about. This is tell the truth. Don't butter people up. Too much of that going on in the world. And that's the one thing you won't get. I ain't going to blow smoke up your ass. No. You should know that by now, for God's sake. I mean, come on. Yes, I have had messages from certain players at one time saying, "Oh, you're too nasty." I said, I tell it like I see it. If I think it's crap, that's how I'm going to call it. And if I see good, I'll say it's good. Simple as that. Well, the old, is Larry going for the old stub bang-a-bang? No, he isn't. If that was Stubby, would have blasted that 100 miles an hour. I think I would have done the same, to be honest with you, but Larry was trying to get a more controlled safety. Now, the 4 ball gets past the 7, so Stubb just has to get into that area in the middle of the table. That's all he needs to do, which doesn't look too difficult. A little bump off the 5's fine. And I think he's a bit too straight in this 4 ball. You see, you always want an angle. You don't want to be straight. But that'll be good enough. Straight in billiards isn't good. Angle, good. No matter whether it's a good angle or a bad angle, it's still an angle. You never want straight, really. You want some sort of angle that allows you to manipulate that cue ball. So Stubb looks as if he's going to rescue the situation and stop Larry's run. Oh, so this is just a little stab kill shot. That's all I'd do. And One Pocket Slim has finally demonstrated how to deal with somebody that's getting 5 and out. Larry's taken Eddie Aga down by 7 racks to 5. And Stubb now all square. Two ball on the side, 5 ball on bottom left, and 1 ball straight in top right. But again, this angle's not particularly great. He's going to have to stun this really hard or get a bit of fizz on it. Yeah, and that's well played. Had to hit it really hard to get that little angle to work. Well, this is a table that you just simply can't mess up. Roll in the 8 for the 9, and again he's just left it awkward. You know, I mean, he'll pot it, but he's just sloppy. That's just sloppy doing that. Oh, you did? I can't remember. I watched a bit of the match, didn't I? And I've still forgotten. Well, the bad news for you, CP, is it's only a race to 4, so it might be a short match in every sense of the word. And meanwhile, Stubb, now with a 5-4 lead, has come up dry. Again, that's not a great shot by Larry. That is not very well played. There's no way Stubb should have had a sniff at this 1 ball. Just a bit too heavy. But again, Stubb going for the big stun to get the cue ball. Now, he did actually play that quite well, but as you've always seen, big stuns into these corner pockets where it catches the jaw, they just won't go. And Larry's problem's not the fact that he's hampered, it's trying to get anywhere reasonably near that 2 ball. And been hampered over a ball and queuing down on it makes it doubly difficult to get the pot. So again, Stubb trying to get good on the 2, and he's had a roll there and a nice little bump. 3 doesn't go past the 7, so he's going to have to spin off and hold the cue ball as much as he can here, because it wants to leak away to past the 8 ball. And he's held it well, but again, things are just going out of line, and everything then multiplies and becomes that bit more difficult again. That's not going to get there, Stubb. He's trying to be too cute. Ball in hand for Larry. That's bound to be a BS. Well, I've only ever done shooter's pool when VP4's went down. So Larry been given a free go here. Stubb not getting to the pot. Now it looks as if there's a nice enough angle in this 5 just to stun up past the 9. The only danger is a side pocket if you just get into it too much. Now it needs to get off the rail, and that's fine. Oh, of course, the tables are much better looking than shooter's pool. The snooker tables are far better looking. They're all nicely finished, and they've got pockets, pocket rails, and everything to catch the balls. You know, that's the finer touches that make it look nice. This is just going. It needs to keep going to open up the angle. It's one of them. He's got to watch the side pocket here with the cue ball, so he's thinking of two things here. He's got to get the line of the pot, and he's got to watch the cue ball that he gets out and decent in the 9. Well, the one thing I find in VP4 that's more noticeable is that the snooker balls in VP4 have a much better sort of weight. What's the word? A much better sort of weight simulation to them than what they do in shooter's pool. Oh dear, Larry. And that's a big blunder again from Larry on the 9 ball. Stub in the hill. Well, Larry's been generous at the wrong time. The balls in the snooker balls in VP4 have a weight simulation when you're playing them. Yes, they do. Well, put it this way, see if you've ever played VP4, sorry, VP3, you notice a huge difference. The balls in VP3 were like ping pong balls. Well, that Stub must have come up dry there. Never noticed that. I was too busy looking at the chat. What the hell's Larry done here? You're kidding me on. Oh, I tell you. The prospects aren't looking good for Larry here if he ends up in the one-loss side now. Oh, he's dug himself out a hole. That was excellent. A very good recovery. A last chance saloon shot there from Larry. See, I've moaned about that before, but that's the thing that they have in shooter's pool. They've got if you're a spectator in the room, you can use the replay function, which is excellent if you want to watch a shot, and it doesn't put you out of sync or anything like that. You know, little sort of finer things like that are a lot more work to do, but VP4 should, you know, the replay function is something only the player can do, but in shooter's pool, the spectators can do it as well. Well, Larry breaking off, trying to take this match all the way. I think he's got a ball, 2 balls gone, he's on the 1, 3 balls there. Now, the 4 ball is more than likely going to have to be a 4-5 combo. So, unless he fancies trying to drop and bump the 6 ball and play the 4 ball up the table. So he's got to decide what way he's going to do this. And he could go forward and try to come up into the line in the 4 ball for the 4-5, or he could try stunning across. So he's trying to get the line. Going a bit too far again. Larry's just struggling to find his pace. Well, he should be good for an angle in the 6 ball to come up for this 7. Oh, he's under hit it again. mean, that cue ball should have been over near the 9 just to open up the angle a bit more. And now he's going to run too far, is he? Oh, tell you that it's difficult to see the edge of that 7 past that 8 ball, but you can see it. You've just got to trust your eyes, and he's hit the 8. That was always on the cards because it's difficult to see the edge of that 8 ball, and that's a foul. And that's sayonara to Larry in the winner's side. So Stubb marches on to a match with Slim. Yeah. Either that or he's needing his dinner, one of the two. So let's have a quick update here and see where we are. One lost side, we've got LS3 now waiting on probably Larry coming through, I would imagine. Larry should be coming through there in a second. Once that updates, if we can get it to refresh. And down in the bottom there we've got Coldest Pillow with a rematch with it. In fact, we'll jump into that. It's 2 apiece right now. Catch the end of this if we can get into the room. Oh, don't tell me it's going. Oh, thank God, I thought it was going to hang up. Well, we've just jinxed Coldest Pillow coming into the room, but he's got away with it. And go back to the bracket. Yeah, we've got the hot seat match starting, so what we'll do is we'll watch the end of the match we're in, and then we'll nip over and catch the rest of One Pocket Slim and Stubb. This shouldn't take that long. Well, that's one way of getting a snooker. Now, that is tricky. I mean, I don't think the angle's good even to go with left English and try and get to that 1 ball. I think you're going to go to the short rail too soon and you won't hit it. Yeah, he was trying left English with the short rail, catch the rail and come back that way. That was probably the one way you could play it, but even that was so difficult. So Coldest Pillow, well, again, letting the cue ball run loose, but he's in the open. And now he's dead straight in the 2. Now he's got to pinch an angle here. Doesn't want to bump the 3. Didn't want to bump the 3. Well, you know as much about Eddie Aga as we all do. All we know is he's got a Canadian flag. Other than that, we know very little else. But he's, I think, who is it that said he's quite a new subscriber online? I don't know whether it was just a few days ago or something. Now, is Coldest Pillow going to get revenge here? Well, he's going to be breaking for the match. Now, this time, Eddie's only getting 7 and out in this match. I think that was dry. Oh dear. Oh, yawn, 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 yawn. So I've just thought about that there for a second. I've had 3 things break, in fact 4 things either break down or go wrong or whatever in the last few days. I'll tell you what they were. The other day, a couple of days ago, I had to buy batteries because my telly remote buttons weren't working 100%, so I'm thinking the batteries are draining, so I bought new batteries for the remote. I also bought a battery for my little clock that I have sitting in front of me here. I've got a little clock that sits just below my monitor, just so I can have a glance at the time without looking at my watch. And now I don't have a watch because my watch is away for repair. Or you think El Matador is Z Karaoke? And what else did I say? The toilet wasn't draining away, so that needed done. So we've had my TV remote go kaput, needing new batteries. I've had my watch needing a 65 quid repair. I've had my toilet where I had to get the plumber out to get it draining away. My little clock that I bought the battery for, when I went to replace the battery, I discovered that the old battery in it had leaked, and when I put the new battery in, it wouldn't work. So the clock's in the bin because the acid from the batteries get into the printed circuit board in the little clock, and that's the clock bin. So I'm going to have to buy another little clock. And that's another reason why I need as many channel members as I can get for £1 a month. I'm getting poorer by the minute here. Better change your attitude a bit. Oh no, the chimpanzee. It's the VP4TV chimpanzee. That's my channel ident. It scares off the punters. No, I thought that questionnaire, that poll that I did on my YouTube channel, if you go and look at the community page, look at the poll for what image scares you most, you'll find that my image scares you a lot more than a chimpanzee. If you look at the votes on it. Go and have a look at that. And the reason I put that poll up was because I can't remember the name of the player, but he was upset because I was using it, because when I was doing the, if you remember when I was doing the live streams on XSplit Broadcaster, whenever anybody did something stupid or a scratch, I would have the fail coming up. And I also had the chimp in the background. He thought that was derogatory, having a chimpanzee come up on the screen. So I thought, right, or he thought it was offensive. So I thought, right, I'll do a poll and find out what's more offensive, the picture of me or the picture of the chimp. And needless to say, I won hands down on that vote. That's not going in. Oh, that's a big mistake from Cold as Pillow. Oh, it's a big choker in the 9-ball. And now it's squeaky bum time. So there's no way that the chimpanzee's offensive. I'm more offensive than the chimp. When is anybody going to buy something off my store? I thought there'd be a few people getting my fail baseball hat or a fail T-shirt for Christmas, even for a Christmas present to yourself, and then shows a picture of you with it on. Yeah, don't forget I've got my store on YouTube, and Cold as Pillow gets the 1-9 combo for the match. He'll be relieved. So he survives, and Eddie Aga is going home. Right, we're jumping right into this hot seat match. And Slim's 2-0 up. It's scratch match. Stubb, well, he's got a testy one on this 8-ball. I told you it was testy. I told you. Commentator's eye never lies. And that'll be a. I'm surprised there's not a good bullshit there. Where's the bullshit? Oh, there we go. So it's well, Stubbs finding himself on the back end of a 3-0 score at the moment. He was 3-0 up against Larry. Hugh, please teach Stubb about what a legal lag is. Well, I wasn't in the room to see it, so I can't comment. I'll abstain from answering that one. I won the lag. Stubbs moaning about the lag. I think I'd be more moaning about the fact that I'm 3-0 down and didn't get good on the 8-ball there. Slim doing his best to wind him up even more. Well, I think Slim was maybe hoping for a little nudge there. Now this might go in off the 5-ball. This might go into the side pocket off the 5-ball. No, he's trying to get down and dirty. Now, who's taking bets here and Stubb giving this a good slash, trying to cut it into the side? I'm saying he's going for the slash into the side. There you go. What did I tell you? You can read him like a book. He'll take the bait every day of the week. And he's going to be nailed to the 5-ball in a second unless Stubb fancies taking the cut on. But Slim might want to bury him a bit more. There you go. And he hasn't quite, has he? Yes, he has. And that'll just annoy him even more. Oh, maybe we'll get the old Control-Alt-Delete technique coming here from Stubb. I think he's left the building. Yeah, here we go. Oh, there he is. I thought he'd gone. I thought he had gone there. Now, has he got lucky again? Yes, he has. Oh, I think it's just going to hold the line. Thought he'd played a nice little bank there. So this is as good a chance as any for Stubb to get off the mark. Well, it's not going to be good from there though. It's not going to be any good from there. Yeah, he's had a slash and he's fluked to 6. There you go. And is he going to have a pop at the 9? Oh, he's played a great bank. That was a good shot. He might be hooked though. Right. Where's his cue going? Now we're getting these delays. He's got crap all. Oh, and he's gone. And he's back. And he's having to play the same shot over again, so he's going to be pissed off at that. He's going to be well annoyed at that. So he got the bank the first time round. I'm surprised he's not saying he's having to play this again, because we all seen it. And this time, well, he's got it again, and he's bumped to the 5 in, and he's perfect in the 4. get a proper connection. And the queue's gone again. He's got so much crap on at the moment. He's got YouTube running. I don't know what the hell he runs when he's playing this game, but when he does, it eats up his bloody bandwidth. The boy, he's got no clue at all. It's all to do with the shit that he has running at the same time. He's got shredded music running, watching videos. Just no clue. I mean, I could get to my bed earlier if he could get his bloody act together here. I know what we'll do. We would like to apologise for this break in transmission, folks. Until we can get it fixed, we'll have a little music. And well, we're well out of sync here now. We are well out of sync here. Stubbs playing thin air shots. We are well out of sync. Let's get out of the room. We are so severely out of sync there. Now we won't be able to get back in. I knew that was going to happen. We are definitely 100% out of sync. He's wrecked the room now. He's wrecked the room. If I hit escape, it's going to go to a black screen, and I'll have to kill the game. So yeah, I don't think we're going to get back in. Good evening to Bill. There's nothing to see here, Bill. Not at the moment. Right, I'm going to have to do a quick kill and come back in, so just bear with us. If we can remember where the bloody buttons are, hang on. Definitely going weird. It looks like a no-no, folks. Seen him come in, saw him play a thin air shot, aiming at nothing, knew that the lay of the table was completely different from what we were seeing. And then, of course, when you bail out the room and to come back in, the thing's not syncing up, it's wrecked. Right, let's try it the other way. Where the hell is it? Try see if we can do it from the bracket, if it makes any difference. No. I think we've seen all we're going to see of this hot seat match, folks. Well, we don't know if either of them are playing. We assume they're playing. Tell you what, one of you try and go into the room and see what happens. Must be my system. I've already restarted VP4 3 times so far, so that's making no difference. So if nobody else can get in, it's wrecked. Did you get in? Chimpy can't get in. I'm just going to leave it sit here and see if it somehow recovers, but it might only pop up when the match actually ends now. That's what happens, it just goes like this and completely locks. Yeah, if two of yous are trying, you can't get in yet, everybody else is wasting their time. But, well, it is strange how Stubb can go into a big tournament match, nothing happens, everything's fine, and in this match when the chips are down and it's not looking good for him, suddenly we have all these problems. I mean, imagine just putting 2 and 2 together and come up with the answer 5. Come on. There's something suspicious about it. It's happening too regular to not be. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you what I will do. I'm going to go to VP4 via my phone and go on to the browser, log in, and give you an update on the score. That's not the bloody score. Where's the bracket? There it is. Right, so we've got Slim on 5 and Stubb on 2 at the moment. That's the latest score. And they'll refresh it for 30 seconds. Yeah. 5-2 to Slim at the moment. That's the latest score according to the bracket. I'm just going to leave it on here and see what happens. It's just gone 9 o'clock, so we've been on for 2 hours. This is exciting, isn't it? Still 5-2 to Slim. It would be good if Steve had this set up where you could actually use your phone to go into a room and watch VP4. That'd be handy. I'm sure he could develop an app that would allow you to do that. Just as a spectator, not as not that you'd be able to play on your phone, but to actually watch in a room. Oh, we're in the room at last. Well, that was worthwhile hanging on and doing nothing. That worked. So maybe that's the way to deal with it. Just hang on and hang on and hang on and see if it will hold out. And it did. Right, I'll get back onto YouTube on my phone now just to monitor the stream. And view channel. There we are. Everything's all good to go again. Slim still 5-2 up and about to go 6-2. Don't worry about it, Potman. I'm in. I'm back in. I just left it hanging and hanging and hanging until eventually I got in. I didn't do anything. I just let it sit there and eventually it got me in. Well, it's been doing that since day one. But I think we all make the mistake of, when you're hanging to try and sync up with the room, you hit escape to try and get out, and then you're doomed. What I did was do nothing there and left it for, 5 minutes, and eventually it got me in. So maybe that's the way to try it next time. Just leave it like that and don't touch anything. Yeah, that weird thing's happened to me before. That's actually happened on a stream. That has actually happened while I was doing a live stream. That I get teleported into another room, one that I didn't even want to be in. I've seen that before because it's happened to me. Yeah, I've got video evidence of it. I can't remember how long ago it was, but I've definitely got it on video. So, One Pocket Slim is going to take Stubb down. Stubb's heading over. I'll say that again. He's heading over to the one lost side. And it's a comfortable 7-2 win for Slim. So Slim is into the final. And that will update. And of course Stubb moving across. And he's going to be waiting to play the winner of LS3 and Coldest Pillow. So we'll see if we can dive into that one. Oh, we're going to get the same problem here as well, I think. I think it's totally mucked up the game. Yeah, we're getting exactly the same issue. Maybe it's the server that's going pear-shaped and not just Stubb. Oh, there we go, we're in. It seems to be taking a bit long to get into the room. But anyway, LS3 1-0 up. CP getting the 5 ball, very dangerous, and LS3's overcut that by a country mile, that 4 ball. Where's this cue ball going? I think he's okay. I think he can see enough of the 5. Yep. And that was the money ball, remember? Well, this cue ball's got to work a good bit here to get anywhere near decent in this 7 ball. A lot of movement needed. Again, putting the spin on to help that cue ball around the angles. That's why the 6 has been missed. But of course now Coldest Pillow has to run the table. The money ball has gone, so he's got to run out. That needs to run a bit more though. It's going to be no man's land. Is it? It's not bad. It's not bad. Well, you pot the 8 ball, just let the cue ball run out. Back up the table. That's just run up the table a wee bit too much. But now you just got to drop this 9 in. Watch the cue ball doesn't go anywhere funny. And it's 1 apiece. Well, it says the cursor's stuck on the screen. All you need to do is hit your Alt button to get rid of it. Hit the Alt button to get rid of your cursor. Like that. You accidentally hit your Alt button. Stub come in to shout abuse. Your Windows cursor. Ah, now did you disconnect your mouse? Because that's what happens in VP4 if your mouse loses connection. The cursor, the Windows cursor will come up, and then you have to tab out. And the way to fix it, here's a tip for you guys. If ever you have the mouse cursor appear on VP4 and you can't get rid of it, what to do is don't kill VP4. What to do is to tab out, go to your desktop and open up a second desktop, disconnect your mouse and reconnect it, then shut down the second desktop and then come back into VP4 and it should all be fixed. I worked out that fix a long time ago. You don't need to kill VP4 to fix it. Well, LS3 with a testy little 5 ball here, and again the 5 ball's the money ball, and that's the mistake. I haven't used the Y button tonight because this camera was set for the black ball table, but you can just barely see the bottom pockets there. And now the HUD's missing. Right click the mouse. So the 9 ball has gone in the break, it gets respotted. The 8 ball has also gone. This cue ball's going to scratch. And LS3 has a chance to try and square the match, but the bigger problem obviously is right next to her where the 6 and 9 ball is. That's no good. And the 3 ball's not much better, although it does go past the 4. What's the desktop shortcut? No, you open up a second desktop. If you've got Windows 10, that is. I don't know how you do it in Windows 11, but in Windows 10 you can open up a second desktop. Hang on, is it Control? Wait a minute to go. I'm just going to tab out for a second to remind myself how to do it. Yeah, if you go to your desktop and you hit your Windows and Tab button, you hit Windows then Tab, you should see the option for a second desktop up in the top left hand corner of your screen. So that allows you to have a second desktop where once you bring that up, then you disconnect your mouse and reconnect it, shut down that second desktop, you hit the little cross to shut it down, and then tab into VP4 again, and that'll fix your mouse cursor issue. I had to remind myself how you do it. It's Windows and Tab, hit the Windows button, then Tab, and it will bring up the option for a second desktop. Well, Coldest Pillow has an excellent bank here in this 5-ball. He's going for the cup by the look of it, but the bank was just as good. And now he's on the hill though. So LS3 hanging on by our fingertips here. I think the break is dry. But I think this is certainly a little bit of pressure on to try and run this table. Maybe LS3's had too much of that black ball the last few weeks. Did you try that Coldest Pillow? Did you try the the Windows and Tab button? And did you see the option for the second desktop? Now this has to go over this right side. It didn't work. What, you couldn't get the second desktop to work? Right, so here's the order you do it in. You do the Windows and Tab button. You bring up the second desktop, and you disconnect your mouse while you're on the second desktop and reconnect it so that you see your cursor again. And then when you do that, you shut down the desktop and you tab back into VP4 into your game, and it should fix it. It does it for me every time. Now I'm in a habit of changing mice over in VP4, so I just tab out of VP4 while I do it. That's another way of doing it. You don't have to change it to another desktop. I just make sure I'm tabbed out of VP4 when I change a mouse over, and I can go back into VP4. I'll say that again. I can go back into VP4 and everything's fine. Right, so CP on the hill, LS3 breaking off, and rack number 6. That might be dry as well, was it? Yeah. Now, is this going to be a capo shot in the 5-ball? No, this is a little dink for a safety. Has it got to get to the rail? Yes, it has. Oh, I know what I'll do. I will go on to my Discovery Plus on my phone and go to the sport, and I can see that John Higgins is still playing Tom Ford, and I'll get an update in the score. Let's see what's happening. It is 3 frames all with John Higgins and Tom Ford. First to 5. In fact, I'll leave that on. I will leave that on. And John Higgins has got a big lead in frame number 7. He's 62, 10 in front. And there are, 3 reds left in the table. So Ford's going to have to play very well to get that. Maybe 4 reds left in the table, but he's going to have to play well to win this frame. John Higgins is in command. And talking about in command, Coldest Pillow just needs to drop the 5. And he's got a match with Stubb in a minute. Is he going to bank it or cut it? So there you go. Coldest Pillow has a oh, wait a minute. Aye, it is. That was a wee bit of a lag there as well. Right, so Coldest Pillow's through. LS3's contribution is over for this week. And so now he's got to deal with the Stubbster. And Stubb's going to be given a good handicap here as well. Probably the 5 ball as well again, I would think. So we're waiting on that that room going up, and we'll get in as quick as we can. Again, Stubb in no hurry to get into the room. Oh, restarting is the ultimate fix, yeah. Right, so we've got Coldest Pillow on the right, Stubb on the left. And that's a good lag from Stubb. That's going to be hard to beat. And Stubb has won the lag. In fact, it's not the 5 ball. Coldest Pillow is getting 7 and out. And the 7 ball has gone in the break. It will come back up because that is Coldest Pillow's money ball. And Stubb should be 1-0 up. Provided he can come off that 3 ball at the right angle to come across the right hand side, which is, well, it's what he was trying to do, but he stuck the cue ball to the rail and now he's got problems. You know, you see how difficult things become when you don't get the cue ball good, and he's ran into the 4 and now he's nowhere. I mean, that is such a careless shot. I mean, you've got to know that you have to keep yourself with a good angle. Now he's played a billiard to get out of the hole. But you shouldn't even be there in the first place. You know, you see what I mean by playing sloppily, not playing the right shot. Keep that cue ball clean in the table, and then you have no problem dropping down for the 4. Oh, the yawns are coming thick and fast now, folks. I am rapidly going downhill, as it always is the case every Friday. But I might get a second wind before the final. Oh dear. And Stubb is falling apart as well here. Look at where he ended up in the 8 ball. Virtually nowhere. Well, this has got to go 2 rails and back out. That ain't the shot. You got to play the right shot. Had to I'll tell a lie, it was a bloody money ball, wasn't it? You can tell I'm going to bed. The brain has gone. I've forgotten about the handicap. Oh, this has hit me like a brick wall. This is, I mean, I've never ran a marathon, but this is what it probably is like a little bit, where the brain just shuts down. Everything starts shutting down when you're doing a marathon. The legs go. Well, my brain has gone to bed and it wants the rest of my body to join it. Well, Stubb showing his frailties. And Coldest Pillow can very quickly be 2-0 up here. And that's just gone awkward. It's just gone to that funny spot. He's cutting it into the side. Got enough room, certainly. Oh, it's gone in now. How's the bump? And the bump is not bad. It is not bad at all for 2-0. One ball's gone in. And oh, this could be 3-0. Oh no, tell a lie. I thought that was the cue ball over the right side, but it's actually the 9. I thought it was going to be a 2-9 combo into the left pocket there. And this really should be 3-0 here. I mean, this is just a little dinky cut and avoid the hook behind the 7. Needs to slow up. Now this is a little jabby stun draw. You got to jack up. It's a little jabby stun. That's it. And not as much as that though, but that'll do because I think he's going to be okay to see the 5. And now you've just got to let the cue ball run through. Good bit of top on it. It's all about the pace. And what line? The line you don't want to take is coming down on top of the 6. Oh, he's overcut it. He's overcut it. Stubb lives again, I'll say. So one pocket slim, line and weight for the winner of this match. Is it going to be a revenge match for Stubb? Or is Stubb going home? Well, he's off and running. Or at least he will be in a minute. Well, even that's finished a wee bit awkward. But in it goes, so he is on the board. And immediately needs a good break, a ball and a shot. And he's not got either. And there's a shot in the 1 for Coldest Pillow. Now, I don't know whether he can get into this cue ball enough to bump the 8 out of the way. Oh, he's the right good slam at that. Where's the 5 going? I was reading his snooker score wrong. It was 2 each, I thought it was 3 each. John Higgins has just went 3-2 up. Oh no, wait a minute, tell a lie. They must be having a break at the moment. They're showing highlights. I thought the score was wrong. They're showing highlights at the moment. John Higgins should be 4-3 up when they come back from the bathroom. And meanwhile, this is the test for Stubb to get on this 6. Now there's loads of room to come down the left side or leave it short for the bottom right hand corner, so he's pretty much on the money for that. So don't forget, folks, I'm off to bed after this final is played. But in approximately, what the hell's the time? Let me have a look. Approximately 90 minutes time, 94 minutes time, we will have the hot seat match in this year's 3 Cushion Virtual World Championships. It starts at 11 PM GMT, 6 PM Eastern, 3 PM Pacific, and that's the match between Albinario and Chiku. The 2 strongest players left in the tournament are going head to head to see who can get to the final, and that will be on Super Admin's YouTube channel, certainly, and possibly on his Twitch channel as well. So that link appears in the banners in the lobby, and if you want the banners to appear in the lobby, you hit /SB for show banners, and that gives you the link. Well, it certainly gives you the link to his YouTube channel. Maybe he's only going to broadcast it on YouTube because he knows that's where the videos are all going to be stored now. But I will see that match when I get home tomorrow, assuming all the players show up, which no doubt Albinario will show up. So here's the 5-9 combo for the lead for Stubb. And in it goes. It's called, I think his channel's Steve Chaplin. I think that's his channel. He put that channel there when he was putting the VP4, what do you call it? The VP4 intro video, the promo video for VP4. He did that, what, 12 years ago? So I'm pretty certain it's the channel just called Steve Chaplin. CHAPLAIN. So Stubb having to kick, giving it a blast. And, well, it could have come out worse than that. I mean, this is a very dodgy cut in the 1. And the 3 balls, not very accessible. Well, it is going to be accessible. That's a good shot, because you can see the 3, and it goes past the 4. Now, got to be careful here. You don't want to mess with that 8 ball. He's just erred a little bit too much on the safer side there. Oh, that nudge off the jaw stopped the cue ball running all around the table. Now, can he nail Stubb to the 8 ball? Yes, he can. He can stick him on it if he wants. Oh, he's not tight enough though. He's given Stubb too much room. I thought his channel was Steve Chaplin on VP4. Sorry, YouTube. And was that another jammy fluke by Stubb there? I never noticed it. Too busy looking at the chat. Anyway, Stubb, a slight off-angle pot. Now this doesn't want to catch this long rail jaw because it won't go in, but he's got it clean. So Cold as Pillow again will come out with a profit. Again, done very well to get this far, but Stubb has got his wish. He's got a rematch with One Pocket Slim in tonight's final, and that has now been updated. So we've now got the final and a race to 9. And again, immediately we're going to get straight into the room as soon as it appears. No, I did miss that. I was too busy looking at the chat. Yeah, the link in the lobby. I think you can name the link of your channel. You don't, you know, in YouTube. I think you can choose that as your channel name or whatever. But I'm sure the actual channel itself is Steve Chaplin. If you go onto the YouTube channel and you look at the name that's below the, it'll be on the screen somewhere. I can't remember where the hell it is. Right, here we go again. This is not looking good, folks. We've got Slim on the right hand side. We've got a cue ball on the left hand side, and we've got no cue stick. This might take a while. This might take quite a while. Right, I'm going to have a quick drink, and I'm also going to. And there we go, he's disconnected. I'm going to have a quick visit to the bathroom because my bladder thinks it's about to burst. So I will be back in a minute, and hopefully Stubb will as well. Right, I'm back. I see Stubbs finally arrived. I was sure it said Steve Chaplin on his channel, but as I say, I think YouTube allows you to choose your channel name. Mind you, I created mine many years ago. 2007 was when I created my YouTube channel. So I've been up there many moons. Right, so we've got a scratch match, race to 9 final, and Stubb out for revenge. Slim dealt with him quite convincingly in that hot seat match. I think Slim won it 7-2. And of course Stubb really losing because he's playing too sloppy. You know, he's back to the old. He's back to the one habit that he knows, and that's just to pop balls. You know, he does know how to manoeuvre the cue ball. He just doesn't manoeuvre it that great, and his close control is what lets him down. The more refined control of the cue ball is where he's sorely lacking. He just completely relies on potting balls like he always used to do in VP3, and he's never changed. Whenever he goes into 9-ball, he goes immediately back to his old habits. He doesn't try to refine his game. He thinks that's good enough, and I think 12 years in VP4, he should have worked out by now it's not good enough when he's in these big tournaments. No matter how often I've told him, he doesn't listen. He doesn't work in his game, and that's why he's still short of winning anything. And the boom bang a bang combo with the 6 and 9 gives him first blood. So now he should be playing a half decent safety here. Try to thin cut the one, and if he's got enough thin on this one, he can maybe check it behind the 9-ball. With the cue ball, that is. And that's what he's tried. But of course he didn't get Slim in a hook. So Slim had an easy safety. And Stubb looks as if he's going to get away with it again. How many times does Stubb get away with this kind of stuff? Far too many is the answer. Oh, that was almost cheeky. If that one ball hadn't caught the 2, Slim could have had him buried there. That was looking very good for a cheeky little hook there. But Slim should be in more trouble here. See, again, Stubb, you know, he only knows one way to play, and that's going all out. He's a bit straight in this too, though. Needs to punch this in, get the cue ball running the right line, and that ain't it. That is not it. So immediately he's got himself awkward because his positional play is not good enough. And it's always a recovery shot he needs to stay at the table rather than an in-control shot. You know, that's a blast. He might fluke the 9. There you go. How about that? I mean, you're seeing this, you're watching this, folks. You're seeing this, the sort of crap he gets away with. And he's 2-0 in front. And again, he's going to think he's played well so far. And he's not really. I mean, he's all over the place for the most part. Well, again, that's not a particularly good safety because he's left the kick on for Slim. I mean, these have got good odds of going in. Admittedly, he didn't get the right connection, but he's left it safe. Again, there's another good chance for a half-decent safety here. And this time he's got the cover. That's a much better shot. Now the line might just be before that 9 ball. Oh, he's caught the jaw. So Stubb has got his gift of a free go. Ball in hand. 9 ball looks fairly tight to this bottom rail here. Let's have a wee look. No, it's fine. Well, is he playing for the 3 ball into the side? He must be. If I can get my buttons to work. And now it's again, the cue ball wants to leak away too far. The angle he's got is the cut angle, so the cue ball wants to go that way and run away to an awkward angle. So he's played it at the right pace. And the angle was straight enough for him to just hold it back for the 5. So now all is good. Now it's under control. Or was it Slim that shot? It is Slim. I'm falling asleep. I thought it was Stubb that was at the table. You've got to give me that breathing space at this time of night, because I'm totally gone. Well, that's why it was a better shot, because it was Slim that played it. That's why it was a much more controlled shot. Because it wasn't Stubb. That's why I thought it was too good to be Stubb. And that's perfect. And this is just roll it in and roll through as much as you dare without scratching. In fact, the angle was just enough to pop the cue ball away from the rail, so everything's good. So Slim is going to get his first mark on the board. I hasten to add, I'm not getting a second win, folks. This has gone pear-shaped all the way. I am. My head's going to hit the pillow, and I am going to be gone. I ain't going to be hanging about. I will be out within 10 minutes. Oh dear! And Stubbs blown a gasket. There was no need to try and be cute there. The cue ball could have bumped to 9 firm, and you'd have still had a 2-4 combo. I don't know what the hell that was. Well, these sort of Larry shots are creeping in with Stubb. Maybe Stubbs got a trackball mouse as well now, where he's not going through the shot and he's ended up leaving a ball hanging for the pocket. He says never hit it that soft. Well, you did, because you never got it to a bloody pocket, did you? Never hit a rail. Oh, no, that's what he didn't want. He wanted that 2 ball to stay there, and it just crept in. And now Slim is going to have to do the old jack up with the jump cue. Well, that'll do it. Now, again, with this shot, you do everything to avoid the 9, so if you're brave enough, you get through the gap between the 7 and the 9. Cue ball's leaking away, though. It's going to scratch. Is it going to scratch? Oh! Yes, it is. It's gone. Well, I said you'd have to be brave to play it through the gap, because that's always a risk. It's all about controlling the pace when you do that. So, big 2-rack swing here. Slim should have been all square. Right, I'm looking at the snooker. John Higgins is 4th range to 3 up. And he's got an early lead in this frame. And Slim now trailing by 3 racks to 1. Into rack number 5. Stubbs got a ball in the break. He's sitting. Oh well, he's going to struggle to get the 2 ball. Tell you that one. He might be playing a big draw here to try and get a bump. I think that's the only surefire way he can try and tidy things up here. And I think he can get enough of the 2 to pot it. Yeah. So it all turned out good in the end there. Got to play a good one here though to get on the 5. He might be trying to come above and run into the 7. But he's hit the 6. And he'll try the cross bank here. That 6 ball makes it a big pocket, so that's what he's going to play. Cross bank into this corner pocket. Commentator's eye. And that was unlucky. Couldn't get the cue ball out of the way. The 5 ball was in a very good line there. So Slim gets his lifeline. Got to make amends for the last rack. And got to play a good shot here as well to get up on top of that 7 ball. Oh dear. Oh dear. And there's signs of wear and tear for both of these players. But this is another rack that is going south here for Slim. Could have been 2 racks all in the space of 2 minutes, and suddenly it's going to be 4-1. And both of them from errors from one pocket Slim. The one thing you don't want to do is just be handing out racks to Stubb, because he's going to pot these every day of the week. So Slim's made it difficult for himself. This is dry. Oh, that 3 ball, has it got in the way? No, what am I talking about? Again, I'm confusing the 9 ball with the cue ball. That's how bad the eyes are at this time of night. I mean, they're bad at most times of the day, but it's even worse at this time of night when one eye's closed, the other one's gone to bed. Now, straight across for the 4 into the same pocket. Looks simple enough. Watch the cue ball, they'll get away from the rail. You don't want to be nailed to the rail, it just limits what you can do with the cue ball. He's going to play the 5 long, probably just skim across the top of the 7 here. And now the 8 ball's sort of in the way. Oh yeah, well there was only how many was in it? 9 in it at the end of the day. And how long have we been on? Is it about 9:30 yet? Because I haven't got a watch, I haven't got a clock. My phone is on the snooker and I can't see any time. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd much rather have a full tournament, but I didn't think it would be full this week because we're so close to Christmas. Well, that's us. We're still not far off 3 hours. It's sometimes it's 3.5 hours, sometimes it's 3 3/4 hours. A Friday night 9-ball, but the earlier the better for me this week because I am totally knackered. And John Higgins is through by 5 frames to 3. He's just bidding good night to the crowd, and that'll be the snooker finish for the night, unless there's some other match still getting played, which I'm just about to find out. Let's have a look. I'll go to sports and have a look, see. That's Stubb at it again, is he? He certainly is. 1-9 combo for a 5-2 lead now. Yeah, that's the snooker finish for the night. So now I've got a clock again. Where can't you log in, Potman? Why didn't my chat show on Restream? What chat? What chat are you talking about, Steve? Posted a link for the 3 cushion. Because I probably get links disabled on YouTube, and the reason they were disabled was because of all of that porn stuff, Steve. That's why you can't post links. If you go to, I don't know whether it'll work on Twitch either, but it most likely will work on Kick. I don't think I've got it disabled in there. So if you jump over to Kick and try it there, it might work. But why not just post your notice in VP4? I mean, goodness me. I mean, I shouldn't have to tell you that. Post the notice. Do the global message to the whole lobby and all the rooms and annoy people. Do it that way. By the way, Steve, don't be running away because when this final's finished, I need to speak to you on Discord. You're not that dumb. I wouldn't even have bothered pasting it in the stream. I would have just posted it in the lobby, in the notice thing. By the way, Steve, just another little point to mention. Bear in mind, I've got witnesses here before you arrived. This guy, Eddie, whatever his name was, what was his second name? Aga or something, who seems to be a new player to VP4. The one interesting thing tonight is that I watched him in a couple of his matches, and all the guys will witness this. He was using the house cue, which obviously means he's breaking a lot softer. And it was noticeable that he was getting a lot more of this 3-ball formation with a softer break. Potman says his VP4 is broken. Well, I'm the expert at fixing VP4, Potman. You saying you can't log in? What, now, on the password page? Is it not saving your password? Have I? Oh no, I'm not muted because I can see the little sound thing going up and down. You can't log in since Stub disconnected. Oh, that's unfortunate, Potman. It was fun while you were here. Well, Slim's got a big task, but he's going to be ducking and diving here. But the cue ball needs to keep moving a lot more than that. That's not far enough. He's going to be in trouble himself in a second here. That 8 ball will just hold that 3 ball there. Oh, he skimmed it past 8. He might get behind the 5 though. Now Slim could try. Slim could try for his cheeky little shot he tried earlier on, but he's not going to do it. But he could. I don't know whether he's. I don't think he's got the line where he can spin it. No, he can't. Yes, we're all okay till you arrive, semi-pro. Yeah, we're all doing fine. Stub tried his disconnect routine against Slim earlier on tonight, and that wrecked VP4 for us all. We couldn't get into the bloody room. The old Control-Alt-Delete technique was certainly working in that first match that Stub lost convincingly by 7 racks to 2, but it looks as if he's going to turn it full circle with Slim here in this final. Now he needs to avoid the 8 ball, which he should do. Get back off that 6 ball. Well, he's caught the 8, but it's actually done him a favour. Right, as soon as I'm finished with this match, and I bid good night to the loyal VP4TV viewers, as I say, I need to have a word with you on Discord, Steve. So don't run away. He's probably run away already. I think that was dry. Well, this is a long road for a comeback for Slim, but as much as I wish him all the best, I don't really want him to have a big comeback. I want to get to bed. No harm to the guy. Well, it's a 2-3 combo, and that was well done. Well, this might actually turn out good here if he comes off the 4 or the 5 and hold for the 4. Or he might just knock the 5 in and have a fairly straight in 4 and a roll through. Now, if this was me, I'd be rolling through to go to the rail and come up, because it's a bigger margin of error than trying to roll dead weight. But is he trying to stun across? This is straight. Oh, he's gone the old VP4 escape route. This is what every noob does to try and get position in VP4 when they don't trust the roll through and come up into an area like that. He's went for the old escape route. Oh, now it's trickier. Now is the gap there to go around and come around and out? I think it is. Needs to have the legs though. It needs to keep running. That'll do. Well, Slim needs to keep potting balls. That's a simple rule of thumb here. It's simple and it's obvious. He's just got to keep potting balls, and every one that he sees, he has to send it into a pocket, because as soon as he misses, Stub will be running out for the match. Well, got a ball. Didn't get any luck with a shot though. Now, how about a crazy shot? How about, no, that wouldn't work because it's not set as a combo. I was going to say, how about a stupid jump shot to hit the rail and kick the 1 and 3 and see if you can pot the combo, but it wasn't lined. And you probably would have jumped off the table as well. Well, that's a good shot. And the cue ball's running nice. Everything needs to be nice now for Slim. It's last chance saloon, back to the wall. He's on his 9th life. You can use every descriptive term you want, but he simply cannot afford to make any mistakes. Just the way Slim likes it. And the one thing that you can guarantee is that Slim's now got himself fully focused, because he has to. Everything, you know, it's all black and white. It's simple, no miss. Or get your cue case packed and go home. So, I wouldn't say he's within touching distance yet, but he's heading in the right direction. He can only go one direction. He's got a ball, got a couple of balls, and that 7 ball, as long as it stays out the way, he is very good for another rack here. This is just a gift and a welcome to some potting practice here in this rack. So the only thing here is how he gets to the 3. Now, getting to the 3 could be running forward and going 3 rails, because it doesn't go past the 9 really. You've just got to hope you don't run into something. There's a good bit of room to it, and if he avoids a 7, he's even better. That's perfect. No, he isn't. Just put a stop to that idea. Right now, as it stands, what the hell's the time? Right now, I'm up for work. 10, 11, 12, in 6 hours' time. That's how it stands. So I ain't going to be here more than I have to. I would have loved to have been up to watch that match. I definitely would have wanted to see it. Right, well, he's back to within 3. We'll say no more. Oh, now he's dry. And I think that 1 ball goes in the gap. Does it? Yes, it does just go in the gap. I think it does. Maybe it doesn't. It looks like it does. Stubbs not convinced it does. I think that goes. But then again, where's the 2 ball? The 2 ball's there, so you don't need to do anything with the cue ball. I'm sure that goes. Well, he's played it off the 4. Well, that makes sure it goes. So now, the tricky one is the 3 ball. So this is missed the traffic up the top. That was well played. Is it going to slow up though? Is it going to slow up? No. Well, He's cutting this into the side by the look of it. Oh, don't worry, Steve, I won't have any problem sleeping. I've been sleeping for the last hour and a half. Just needs to ask the guys in the stream, they'll tell you that. Oh, he was well away from that. And he's going to get lucky, is he? Not really. But again, pressure on the pot here for Slim. It's not a gimme, this. But he's guaranteed he's going to be on the 4. Oh, he's overcut it by quite a margin. And that might be hasta la vista, baby. Sayonara. The fat lady's singing. The shit's hit the fan. And as my dad used to say, that's the ball in the slates. That's a Scottish term. The ball in the slates. That means that, you know, back in the day when you were a kid, you used to play football in the streets. And watch the cue ball. And Slim lives again. What a sensational finish to this rack. Yeah, that's the ball in the slates. When you're playing football out in the streets of an evening, when you've come home from school, you've had your dinner, and the ball would end up in somebody's roof, and you'd have to climb up and get the ball down because it was stuck in a gutter or something up in somebody's roof. Hence the terminology, that's the ball in the slates, that's game over. You know, I'm nothing if not educational for you people. Well, here we go again. The match was all over, and Stubb somehow found a way to scratch. And suddenly, it's now down to 2. And I still can't get to bed. And there's a ball going in, the 8 ball's gone. Oh, now he's got a dodgy cut up table. And, I mean, it's dodgy enough. It comfortably, I'll say that again, it comfortably goes past the 5. He can cheat the rail, but he's got to get a decent line if he's going to the rail to about here, and it'll still go in. You've got to just see the line it up and play it, and don't look at it 3 or 4 times. And watch the cue ball for the 5. That's gone too soon though. You see, that's the problem there. It had to go there to cheat the pocket, but it went there, and when it goes there, it ain't going in. Well, I'll say it again. That could be Slim's last pot. Now, Stubb can do this 2 ways. He can try drawing to the rail. There's a danger of a scratch to the side. If he runs forward, there's a danger of climb with the 6. He looks as if he's dragging into it to go to the rail. You see, but he's made sure he was hitting it soft. But the problem with that is that he's running. Now, he has to avoid the 9. He needs to be aware of that, and he's trying to avoid the 9 straight away, and stay well away from it. He's checked the cue ball big time, and that's very well played. So it is game over. So with that, we are at 9 minutes past 10. The Chiku match with Albinario is in 50 minutes time. Well done to Stubb for another sensational win. Tongue in cheek. He's such a jammy git at times. He really is. But it's another win. And revenge is sweet for Stubb. 9-6. We thought the big comeback was on. So that is it, folks. Thanks all for watching. And if you do have the time and you're in the right time zone and you've got no work tomorrow, then join in with Steve's stream on. Is he just going to be doing YouTube, or is he doing Twitch? I don't know. But that, I'm sure it'll be worth watching that match with Albinaro. I'll see that tomorrow when I get home. So until then, until we meet again, and don't forget to join me on Sunday for the black ball final with Albinario and semi-pro, 7 o'clock Sunday evening. We'll see you then. So till then, take care and good night, and see you later.